You versus you. That's the only fight that ever mattered. Every morning before the world gets a chance to beat you down, you wake up and stare at your biggest opponent, the person in the mirror. That's the one who has been holding you back. That's the one who has been feeding you excuses. And that's the only one you need to beat. You tell yourself you're tired? That's a lie. You're not tired. You're just soft. Your body can push further, but your mind is looking for a way out. Don't let it. You tell yourself you're not good enough? Another lie. The only reason you're not where you want to be is because you haven't done the work. It's not luck. It's not talent. It's discipline. Pushing through when every fiber of your being tells you to quit. Every single day, there are two versions of you fighting for control. One is weak, soft, and full of excuses. The other is ruthless, relentless, and unstoppable. The question is, which one are you going to feed? Are you going to let comfort win? Are you going to keep taking the easy way out? Or are you going to step up, embrace the pain, and take what's yours? No one is coming to save you. No one is going to put in the hours for you. If you want to be great, if you want to be someone worth remembering, you have to be willing to suffer. You have to outwork the version of you that settles, that quits, that takes the easy road. It's you versus them. You. And you better make sure the savage version wins. The hardest battle is within. Look around. Everybody wants to blame something. Bad childhood, no opportunities, genetics, the economy. But let me tell you something. None of that is your real enemy. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is you. You wake up every day with a choice. A war is happening inside your head before you even put your feet on the floor. One voice says, stay in bed. You worked hard yesterday. Take it easy. That's the weak version of you talking. The one that loves comfort. The one that's been robbing you of greatness your whole life. But then there's the other voice, the one you ignore. The one that says, get up, do the work, be better. That voice is your potential. And every time you hit snooze, every time you take the easy way out, you let that weak version of yourself win. The hardest battle isn't out there. It's not against your boss, your haters, or the people who doubt you. It's against the voice inside your own head that tells you you're not good enough, that you're tired, that you should quit. Your mind is your worst enemy because it knows exactly where to hit you. It knows your insecurities, your fears, and your deepest doubts. And if you let it, it will keep you trapped in the same cycle of mediocrity forever. You want to be unstoppable. You want to be different from the average person walking around making excuses for why their life sucks. Then you have to go to war with yourself every damn day. You have to kill the version of you that settles, that gives up when it gets hard, that backs down when life punches you in the mouth. Most people never win this battle because they don't even realize they're in it. They go through life getting beat down by their own mind, never realizing that they have the power to fight back. You have to wake up and recognize what's happening. You have to take control. And here's the thing. This fight never stops. There is no finish line, no moment where you can sit back and relax. The second you think you've won, that weak version of you creeps back in, whispering, take a break. You've done enough. That's the trap. That's how people who were once great fall off. They stop fighting. They stop doing the hard shit. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep letting that weak voice win? Or are you going to wake up, lock in, and go to war with yourself every single day? Your mind is a liar. Your mind is the biggest liar you will ever meet. It will trick you. It will deceive you. It will do everything in its power to keep you weak, soft, and comfortable. You ever notice how when things get hard, your mind starts making excuses before you even realize it? You go for a run, and the second you feel a little pain, your mind whispers, you should slow down. You wake up early, and that voice says, 5 more minutes won't hurt. That's bullshit. That's the liar inside you trying to keep you small. Your mind was built for survival, not success. It doesn't care if you become great. It doesn't care if you achieve your dreams. It just wants to keep you safe. And safe means average. Safe means never pushing, never failing, never growing. You have to understand something. Pain is temporary, weakness lasts forever. That voice telling you to quit, it's lying. You're not tired. You're not at your limit. You just don't want to suffer. But suffering is the price of greatness. If you don't learn to override that weak voice, if you don't learn to push through the lies, you will never know what you're truly capable of. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself, I can't? And how many times were you wrong? How many times did you push past that fake limit and realize you had more in the tank? That's proof your mind can't be trusted. It will tell you that you need a break when you've barely started. It will tell you you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes. And if you listen to that voice, you will lose. But here's the truth. You are stronger than you think. You have more inside you than you will ever know. But the only way to find out is to stop listening to the lies and start proving that voice wrong every single day. Discipline over motivation. Motivation is bullshit. It's weak. It's unreliable. It comes and goes like the wind. Some days you wake up fired up, ready to attack the day. Other days, you don't even want to get out of bed. That's the problem with motivation. It can't be trusted. But discipline doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care if you're tired, if it's raining, if your friends are out partying. Discipline is a savage. Discipline shows up when motivation is dead. See, most people wait to feel like it. They wait for motivation to magically hit them. And guess what? It never does. Or it does for a day, maybe a week, and then it disappears when things get hard. That's why people fail. Discipline is different. Discipline doesn't wait for permission. Discipline says, I don't care how you feel, get up, do the work, no excuses. You think the top athletes, the best entrepreneurs, the most elite warriors wake up every day motivated? Hell no. There are days that they want to train, days they want to quit, but they don't because they've built discipline. And discipline is built by doing the hard shit when you don't feel like it. It's saying, I don't care if I'm tired. I don't care if I'm sore. I don't care if my mind is screaming at me to stop. I do this because I said I would. That's the difference between the weak and the unstoppable. The weak do things when it's convenient. The unstoppable, they do it no matter what. You want to change your life? Stop relying on motivation. Kill the excuses. Build discipline and do the work. How's your mind? Your mind is soft, weak, fragile, and that's why you break every time life gets hard. You weren't built this way. You let yourself become this way. You've been living too easy. See, when your hands are soft, the first time you grab a heavy weight, they rip open. But if you keep lifting, if you keep working, those hands get calloused, they get stronger, they stop breaking. Your mind works the same way. Every time you quit when things get tough, every time you back down from a challenge, you're proving to yourself that you're weak. You're teaching your mind to break under pressure. And that's why most people never reach their potential. But here's the truth. You can change that. You could train your mind to be unbreakable, but it requires suffering. You have to embrace pain. You have to do the things that make you uncomfortable. The things, you are not special. You think you're different. You think you deserve something. Let me tell you the cold, hard truth. You're not special. Nobody owes you anything. The world doesn't care about your excuses, your struggles, or how unfair life has been to you. Serve success just because they want it. Wanting something means nothing. Everybody wants to be great. Everybody wants to be successful, but very few are willing to suffer for it. You weren't born with some magical gift. You don't have some secret advantage. The only thing that separates those who make it from those who don't is work. relentless, painful, disciplined work. You ever hear people say, oh, they're just talented or they got lucky? That's weak-minded bullshit. That's an excuse lazy people tell themselves so they can feel better about doing nothing. They don't see the years of grinding, the early mornings, the pain, the sacrifices. They just see the result. You think the great ones were handed their success? You think champions wake up and just feel like putting in the work every day? Hell no. They built themselves. They struggled. They failed. They kept going when every excuse told them to stop. The only difference between you and them is that they accepted reality. Nobody is going to put in the reps for you. Nobody's going to drag you to success. It's all on you. So you can keep telling yourself you're special. You can keep making excuses, or you can accept that the only way to get what you want is to earn it every day. The work never ends. You think there's a finish line? You think you grind for a few years, make some money, get in shape, and then you can coast? Wrong. That's the mindset of the weak. That's why people fall off. The work never ends, ever. You don't arrive. You don't get to a point where life says, all right, you've done enough. Here's your trophy. The second you think you've made it, the second you start pushing, you start dying. Look around. How many people do you know who were once hungry, once disciplined, once on fire, and now they're just average again? It's because they thought the work was temporary. They thought they could take their foot off the gas. You don't stop. Not when you're tired. Not when you're successful. Not when people are patting you on the back, telling you you've made it. That's the trap. That's the moment you need to go even harder. Because the second you relax, the second you let up, the old you starts creeping back in. The weak version, the one that makes excuses, the one that lets comfort take over. There's always another level. You think you've hit your limit? You haven't even scratched the surface. You think you've done enough? There's more to do. The people who stay on top, the ones who dominate year after year, they understand this. There is no finish line. There is only the work. Win the war against yourself. Every single day, there's a war going on. Not against the world, not against your circumstances, not against the people who doubt you. The war is against you. It's you versus you. There are two versions of you fighting for control. One is weak, one is strong. One makes excuses, one finds a way. One quits when it gets hard. One keeps pushing no matter what. Which one are you going to let win? Most people lose this battle before they even get out of bed. The alarm goes off and they let the weak version win, hitting snooze, rolling over, choosing comfort. And that single decision, it sets the tone for their entire life, because this war isn't fought in one big moment. It's fought in every little decision you make. Do you get up or do you stay in bed? Do you put in the work or do you take it easy? Do you push past the pain or do you quit? Every time you choose weakness, you're training yourself to lose. You're proving to yourself that you're not strong enough. But every time you push through, every time you override that weak voice in your head, you take control, you get stronger, you start stacking up victories. And soon the weak version of you has no power anymore. That's how you win the war. Not by talking about it, not by wishing for it, but by showing up, by putting in the work when no one's watching, by proving to yourself over and over again that you are not the person who quits. Most people will never win this war. They will lose to themselves every single day. But you don't have to be like them. You don't have to listen to the excuses, the doubts, the fear. The choice is yours. Win the war against yourself or lose it. You, at the end of the day, it's only ever been you versus you. Not your circumstances, not your past, not the people who doubted you, just you. Your mind is your greatest enemy and your greatest weapon. It will lie to you. It will try to break you. It will tell you that you're not good enough, that you're tired, that you should quit, but you'll have to listen. You want to be different? You want to be unstoppable? Then stop waiting for motivation. Build discipline. Stop looking for an easy way. Call is your mind. Stop thinking you're special. Do the work, because the work never ends. The battle never stops. And every single day you have a choice. The weak version of you or the savage version. Which one are you going to let win?